Application form. Filling out the company's application form is merely transferring known data from the applicant's curriculum vitae or curriculum vitae to an official form used by the HR department. Ang mga nilalaman na information sa application form ay halos katulad lang ng nilalaman ng CV. So parang naglilipat ka lang ng mga information from your CV to application form. It is just a simple task pero maraming mga applicant na hindi gusto ang pag-fill up ng application form. Dahil bukod sa ito ay halos katulad ng curriculum vitae or curriculum vitae, malimit sa application form ay umaabot ng 2 pages o higit pa. This form, aside from the CV scanning, can tell a lot of things again about the applicant o ginagamit ng HR department para makilala ang applicant. Katulad na lang ng mga example dito, sinasabi na kapag ang applicant ay nagmamadaling magsagot sa application form at nagiging dahilan ng pagkakaroon ng pangit na sulat, hindi mabasa o maintindihan at may nalilimutang sagutan, it is a sign of lack of diligence or katamaran. Kapag naman tinatamad ng applicant na magsagot sa hinihing information sa application form na makikita din naman sa kanyang curriculum vitae or curriculum vitae, the applicant has a sign of impatience or kawalan ng pasensya. Kung ang application form na pinasa ay gusot, may punit o nabasa, the applicant has a sign of anxiety and carelessness o pagkabalisa at di pag-iingat. Kapag ang application form ay puro bura, the applicant has a sign of carelessness or negligence o di pagiging maingat o pabaya. Kung ang HR ay may napansing pagkakaiba sa mga impormasyon na nakalagay sa CV at application form, the applicant has a sign of integrity issues or pagiging sinungaling. See, a simple paper can tell what kind of people those applicant is and their characteristics. Is it alright if an applicant secures a copy of the application form and takes it home with him? The answer is yes. The applicant is free to take his own time in filling out the form at home. He probably wants to do it correctly and he does not feel the urgency to submit it right away. Many large companies now have an online application forms. They generally respond to the application forms and they generally respond to the applicant electronically, acknowledging receipt of the correct filled out forms. And in some cases, the computer programs also generate the schedule of the preliminary interview of the applicant. Letters of recommendation. Many companies request at least 2 letters of recommendations and yours sometimes in addition to the background check step. Letters of recommendations are important because they show that people with credibility are voting for the applicant. However, an HR practitioner must be cautious that some of the recommendation letters are routinely prepared by some agencies or offices. Even some employees who have been terminated or have left the company due to acrimonious circumstances may still be given letters of recommendation. Ang letters of recommendations ay nagpapatunay na ang isang applicant ay may credibility at siya ay may good reputation sa previous company kanya pinapasukan. But as of today, dapat maging aware ang HR practitioner dahil di lahat ng mga letter of recommendations ay reliable dahil minsan, nagkakaroon ng letter of recommendations ang isang employee na may masamang record sa previous na pinagkatrabahuhan niya due to some circumstances. Maaring may kakilala siya or kapit sa previous working place niya na may credentials or maaring magkaroon ng fake letter of recommendations na gina-generate ng some companies or offices. Ability test. This is sometimes called a performance test or trade test. A waiter applicant is asked to come on duty on the restaurant for a one whole shift to be able to assess his food and beverage service skills. Pagdating sa ability test, dito masusukat ang kakayahan ng isang applicant whether he or she has a technical skills or not. At hindi lang technical skills ang maaaring makita sa ability test. Pwede ring masukat ang human skills at conceptual skills ng isang applicant due to some interactions in his or her surrounding. Katulad na ng halimbawa dito na pinag-duty ang isang waiter applicant sa restaurant to test his ability in the real workplace. A good simulation exercise can be orchestrated. but the natural environment of the workplace is the best venue for an ability test. Sinasabi dito na it's better to test the ability of the applicant through a workplace and not just in a demo facilities, because you can see how an applicant can make up to the flow of the real workplace. Who are the people to assess the applicant in the ability test? The applicant's performance or ability may be gauged by the number of people like the manager or supervisor in the requisitioning department, fellow employees, customers, HR officers, or sometimes recruitment consultant. While the primary objectives of the ability test is to assess position-relevant specific skills, it is also good to check the values displayed by the applicants like cleanliness, orderliness, teamwork, diligence, perseverance, cost consciousness, quality, environment awareness, cheerfulness, good hygiene and sanitation, punctuality, courtesy, customer service, honesty, proactiveness, resourcefulness, creativity, and cooperation.